God says today, I am coming with you on this day. Bringing you up and out of harm and obstruction and into the elevated environment of my splendor is my role as the comforter, the helper, and the guide. I am the one who brings you up and out. When it comes to your situation, I am pulling heaven and earth together to provide support for you. Nothing is impossible to achieve. You will experience the same things that are happening in heaven on earth and in your life. Says the Father, listen to my voice and hear my heart for you when I speak to you. A new partnership is on its way, and it will bring you the deliverance, the provisioning, the healing, and the blessing that you have been pleading for at this very now. My voice will be the first thing you hear when you wake up in the morning, making it the first thing you hear. As you put your head down on the bed, I will murmur softly in your ear, and I will make sure that you are aware of what is going to happen tomorrow, as well as what I anticipate you to do, because just as I will do my part, you will also be expected to do your part. In order for me to uphold my good promise over your life, there is something that must be completed in obedience from you, and it will be addressed from the throne. Therefore, continue in the same direction and remain obedient, says the Father. Refrain from giving in to the temptation of being someone who does nothing and decides that there is nothing on the agenda. The day has run its course, and there are not many people working. Nevertheless, I have called you and equipped you, and as you act in plain obedience to my voice and my call, things will change, blessing will come, and my favor will be seen in your land. I have called you and equipped you. I am destroying the projects that the adversary has been working on in your life, declares the Father. Before there can be a breakthrough, there must first be a breakdown, both during this season and in the year that is to come. I am bringing a breaking down in your life of those things that are not compatible with the blood of Christ applied to your circumstance and applied to your circumstances. Do not think that this is a weird thing, says the Father, since I am bringing this breaking down. Through the power of my Spirit, deliverance and transformation are being brought into your life. My Spirit is streaming down and into your life. The turbulent weather that I bring about is not something that you should be terrified of. The shaking that comes only removes those things that bear death, only removes those things that lessen, and only removes things from your life that are not component pieces of the destiny that I have for you. For this reason, you should not be afraid when the shaking comes. I am also touching your mouth, and just as I stated in Jeremiah, I am stretching forth my hand, says the Father, I am touching your lips, and I am putting my words in your mouth. I am doing all of these things. According to the Father, my words will be produced in your mouth as a result of my touch in your mouth. You are going to feel and you are going to sense my hand and my touch upon you, and when that comes there will be a decree that will accompany it, a decree that proceeds forth not just out of what you have been taught, but it will proceed forth out of that resonant intimacy with me that I am establishing as I draw you away with me. Therefore, rejoice, says the Father, because the prayer that you have been praying has been heard, and the response of heaven is coming upon you right today for the purpose of bringing about your transformation and rescue. You have been appointed to serve at my courts, and God has revealed to you today that you are both a king and a priest. However, this privilege was not bestowed upon you by other people. They did not bestow this distinction upon you, and as a result, they are unable to take it away from you. I am the one who is causing the monarch that is inside you to rise to his feet today. The presence of my Spirit is upon you, and my Spirit is outpouring from you and out through you in order to ensure that your area of spiritual administration is protected by my hand. In certain circumstances, I shall make use of you to serve as a mentor to others who are in need of comprehension. My fatherhood will be fostered in those who do not have a father, and you will guide those who have wandered off in the wrong direction so that they can find their position in me. A synchronization of your life with the predetermined purpose for which I brought you into this world is currently taking place. The fullness of time has come to visit you at this precise moment, which is known as your Kairos moment. My life substance on the inside of you will mold and shape afresh and anew what daily living, loving, and joy look like in your heart and life during this watershed season. This season will be characterized by the flow of situations and circumstances that will contribute to the formation of this material. The Father adds, "When you seek me for these things, you will see that I am granting you favor with those who you need to have favor with, and I am going to surprise you with the immediate increase and breakthrough that will happen if you continue to seek me out." This is the wonderful promise that my heart has for you for the year that is to come. For the length of the period of 1 year, you are going to feel as though you are walking beneath an open heaven. You are going to have the opportunity to experience what it is like to have the fountains of the deep broken up under your feet, and when the fountains of the deep are broken up under your feet, you will realize that you are walking on the water. It is important to avoid looking at the problems, the winds, and the waves. If you keep your focus on what I am doing and saying and lean into it, you will experience an abundance of fruitfulness that is beyond your comprehension. According to God, I consider you to be a willing worker. You are the type of person that volunteers to work with their hands. In spite of the fact that you have been willing to contribute your time, your substance, and your effort to my kingdom, you have not always had the opportunity to do so consistently. I am about to make all of that different. In fact, change is happening right now at this very moment right under your feet. My eyes have seen things that others have not seen. I have witnessed you making contributions behind the scenes without receiving any gratitude, appreciation, or collaboration from other people. It is you who is willing to go and do the things that are done by the unsung servants, which are people who are willing to do modest natural things that nobody else tends to notice, but that make a great impact in the lives of other people. I have witnessed your devotion, and the moment and the season that I have chosen to release compensation from my hand is now. According to the Father, when it comes to you, the yoke is easy and the burden is light. Not only have you made things simpler for other people, but now I am simplifying things for you as well. Because that is who I am, you will exclaim out loud, "I didn't think it would be that easy." Because that is who I am, then that is who you will experience me to be. Did you really believe that I would make things difficult for you during your entire life? Because I will cause them to recognize that there is an anointing upon you. Even strangers and people you do not know very well are going to begin moving by my suggestion and leading to bless you with small acts of service. This is because I will cause them to want to give into that anointing in a variety of different and many different ways. Therefore, rejoice, says the Father, since at this very moment, you are entering the center of my blessing in its entirety. You will no longer be working alone, but rather, you will be joined by others who share your frame of mind and heart, who give without expecting anything in return and love without conditions. This is going to be a big alleviation for you, and it is going to be a tremendous favor that I am bestowing upon you currently. In today's message, God informs us that the river of my Spirit is currently pouring across your land. It is for the healing of the nations, as well as for your own recovery and restoration, my dear, that my river flows. Additionally, just as there were 4 rivers that flowed out of Eden, there are also 4 rivers that flow out of the heart of a human being. One of these rivers is called Hiddekel, and it is supposed to go forth and bring back into your life the provisioning of my kingdom. It is a river that flows out of Eden and into the area where there is gold. Where did I go wrong when I said that rivers would flow out of your belly? Yes, I will make it possible for you to break out on the right hand and the left hand, and I will fill your life with the blessing that I have for you. Where there have been dry bones and cracked dirt, says the Father, I will cause the irrigation of my Spirit in my presence to begin to moisten the bones of dead visions and bring them back to life. I will do this by bringing them back to life. Yes, my dearly beloved, I am bringing a resurrection of those things that you have almost completely stopped trusting in me for. I am doing this by the power of my will. Despite the passage of time and the fact that your faith has diminishing and become weaker, I have never changed my mind about what I promised you. In places where there has been a lack of freedom and where there has been bondage, I am bringing a deliverance and a liberty by the water that I provide. Due to the fact that I am a God who is capable of mending, I am bringing about a rejoining, healing, and mending wherever there has been something broken. Those aspirations, visions, and hopes that have been shattered in your life are being repaired, restored, and provided for by me. Your peace is now ready, so please proceed. Help me to define, on a daily basis, what it means to cooperate with my heart for you. When you accomplish this, the scenery of the dry and barren will transform into a green picture of blessings and goodness, which will completely reimagine your existence. According to the Father, the Rima word is being released over you at this very now. The redefining, reshaping, and remolding of your life and circumstances is being accomplished by the providing of the Rima utterance offered by my Spirit. It is the utterance of my mouth that is moving upon your surroundings, your relationships, and even the DNA of your physical body in order to cause you to be like one that breaks out onto the right hand and upon the left hand. Being that person who walks in a step that is enlarged in accordance with my strength and the presence of God that is residing within you is what you are. For the purpose of allowing you to walk in the shadow of the Almighty, I am bringing into existence the pillar of my presence and my splendor in your life. During this time, I am shedding light on the path that you will now take in order to follow the leading that I have planted in your heart. The Father has told you that now is the time to put your foot forward, and you have been wondering when and how this will happen. There will be a provision on the table. No more waiting around. Standing on the sidelines is no longer an option. Today is the day that I call you to courageous action. Get moving right away. Be quick to act. I am pulling at your heart, I am whispering in your ear, I am rustling in the trees, and I am stirring up by my Spirit. All of these things are happening on the inside of you. This is the moment to take action, says the Father. Choose not to remain silent and inactive, for I am with you to validate my message through the manifestation of signs that will follow. Today, God tells you that you have done a good job of running the race. You have participated in the competition, and you have not withdrawn from the task that I presented to you out of disdain or abandonment. You have been told by the adversary that time is running out, and he has put considerable pressure on you to take action as soon as possible. Despite the fact that the adversary has attempted to derail you by persuading you to take some reckless action, the Lord has told you that this is not the time to act. To speak or act in a manner that is impatient or desperate is not appropriate at this moment. It is the Father's desire for you to unwind and be present in the here and now. The adversary tells you that time is running out, but I tell you that you are at the beginning of my goodness, not at the end of your rope. What is more, you are at the beginning of my kindness. I am told by the Father that it is a wonderful thing. More than enough time is available to you. The Father tells you that He has a lot of time, and as a result, you also have a lot of time. When you are with the Father, there is less of a sense of hurry. It is the enemy's desire for you to press the panic button, but the Father encourages you to remain calm. Observe what I am about to perform in order to cancel out the things that are urgent and to restore the things that are vital in your life. Therefore, continue to maintain a watchful eye and wait for my Spirit to make its presence known in your life and on your world. When I arrive, you will be able to retrieve the items that the adversary stole from you at the beginning. You are free to take it easy. It's a good day, and you're running a good race right now for sure. For the time being, we are just getting started, so enjoy the challenge. Please take a moment to relax and take a deep breath before allowing my blessing to pour over your life like a river. Today, God has informed you that you are a minister. There is a component of ministry that surrounds your life. I have called you and anointed you so that you may walk in a manner that is commensurate with the profession to which you have been called. I am bestowing upon you a share of ministry and an anointing so that you may serve me in the power and purpose of the kingdom. I have placed a mantle over you by the power of my hand, and it is currently resting upon you. The mantle of duty is what it is. You have experienced a cloak on your life in the years that have passed, and now it is coming upon you in its totality and with a great deal of power. I have promised that this is the moment that you will emerge from the school of challenging experiences and into a position of effect and influence in my kingdom. This is the time that you are coming out of that school. You have been besieged, yet you have made the decision not to be resentful. Even if you did not enjoy what you went through, the fire that was burning in your stomach remained intense. You maintained a gentle attitude toward the things that God has prepared for you, and you continued to ask, seek, and knock. I make a reward for those who seek, says the Father. You have inquired, and I will present my response. You have been looking for me, and I will find you. I will activate the person that I am on the inside of you to fulfill your needs. I have made all of your adversaries your footstool, so you need not be afraid or dismayed because you will accomplish what you set out to do and serve me without any additional distractions. Raise yourself up, says the Father, and be aware that the time has come for you to undergo a change, and that your destiny is being made visible right now. God has informed me today that I will be sending additional defenders. You are never expected to find a solution on your own. I am sending reinforcement in the angelic realm, and I am sending those who will partner with you and stand with you in the same way that you will partner with them and stand with them. Walls of intercession are currently undergoing reconstruction. By blowing through my nostrils, I am removing the garbage that is the result of misguided prayers and unenlightened strategies. I have deliberately implanted the phrase, "No more foolishness," in your heart. An apostolic maturity is being made plain out of that word, and it is being accomplished. You will not be working by yourself, rather, I will send those who will work with you and be in agreement with our efforts. You are not going to interfere with one another, but rather you are going to rejoice in the fellowship of the Christians and the new relationships that I am bringing into your life. According to the Father, angelic armament and agreement are currently being engaged in your situation. Prepare yourself by donning your armor and beginning to think and behave in the same manner as those who are going forward and will not break ranks or spear one another. Through the power of agreement, angelic weapons and angelic strategies are being activated, allowing for the beginning of the fight and the destruction of the strongholds that the enemy has established in your life and the lives of my people. In the same way that I placed Adam and Eve in the garden, I have placed you in your life to defend and displace the turmoil that the adversary has ventured to bring against you. I have placed you in your life to tend to and to keep. Therefore, bring to your attention the fact that your prayers are being acknowledged and accepted in the skies, and that the pleas and declarations that you are making right now are being heard. You are surrounded by the marching feet of heavenly warriors, and at this moment, everything starts to change. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, I have placed the lonely in families, and that includes you. I am making preparations to help you establish a relationship within the monarchy. I am going to put you in a group with other people who share your heart and spirit in order to pursue and accomplish the objective of the kingdom. In order to commit, I will lead you into settings that are both large and tiny. I will also direct you to go forth and open your mouth so that you might be heard in witness and proclamation. That message will be received, and it will bring about a shift and a change to the people who are gathered there. You will stand up and declare, "This is what I hear the Father saying." And that word will be welcomed. If the Father says, "I choose you and I have put my hand upon you," then open your mouth boldly and speak. Then you should not say in your heart that you are unable to do something or that perhaps someone else should be chosen. According to the Father, this is a season of accountability, and I will no longer remain silent in the presence of sons who do not take responsibility for their actions. I will try to win them over, I will work among them, and I will love them with the kind of love that never loses its effectiveness. I am going to make use of you. You are going to be my words, and you are going to be my hands while I bring about change. Now is the time for the release. Coming out of the shadows and breaking out of the stillness, causing your voice, as well as my voice that is contained within you, to emerge for the purpose of bringing blessings and benefits to everyone who is assembled here. The death knell against defeat and sadness has gone forth, and there is a new victory being experienced in the country by all those who are walking in obedience to my mandate in their life. This is a new moment when I am gathering the people with the trumpet blow for the death knell against defeat and sorrow. My Father has revealed to me today that I will be coming to visit you in your life. Behold, this is the day that I am bringing to dawn in your life and your experience, says the Father. This is the same day that the prophet Joel predicted would be the day of the Lord. This is not a day to be trembling or to be in a state of concern, because you are not among those who have no hope, no truth, no life. Due to the fact that you have chosen to focus your attention and affection on me, this is a time when the glory of the Lord will be released upon the mountains of difficulty that surround you. Even though it may appear that there is a horde of problems pressing down upon you, the Father says, look with the eye of the Spirit. However, you should be aware that this is not the only thing that is happening. I am working, and I am willing to do whatever it takes to bring you into a new season of time, favor, and blessing. I am working. It is not necessary for you to be anxious about the darkness or the shaking, because I am simply taking action to eliminate those things, situations, and circumstances that are a barrier to my higher purpose and plan for you. The Father wants you to know that the very things you have been praying about in relation to your family are being answered right now. Have faith in this. During this process, I am going through your current state and removing the residue and the backwash that has been left behind from the past. In order for you to be able to appear before me without any restrictions or distractions, I will take action in your defense. It is my intention to remove any potential distractions that you might bring into the ministry portion that you have been anointed to move in. The management of your present and the supervision of your personal problems are not the only aspects of your life. The Father has spoken to you, saying that you have a share of ministry, and that anointing is being poured out upon you in full measure at this very moment. My glory is being made manifest in the darkest of places to redeem, heal, and save through the anointed process that is developing in you and through you right now. You will move in my spirit and flow in my timing, and you will know that my glory is being made manifest. The grace of my throne is considered to be greater than the disdain of men, according to what the Father has stated today. If you are fortunate enough, my favor will find you and envelop you like a shield that cannot be broken through. I look at you with awe and admiration. There will be a reaction from me if the person who touches you touches the pupil of my eye. It is not necessary for me to choose whether or not to come to your assistance or to consider the possibility of protecting you. I respond to your need with an autonomic reaction that does not require any volition on my behalf, because I have already made the decision that you are my adored. Be sure to encounter my name on this day. My name is like a tower in the middle of a battle. You will run into it. Climb the battlements of my name and unleash the sword of my word against the armies of the enemy who would come against you. I will defend you. Be conscious of the fact that you are not devoid of my power. In spite of the fact that the adversary is attempting to lure you into a trap and divert your attention away from the goodness that I have prepared for you, I am providing you with food from the table of my bounty. Yours is the struggle to win. You are merely putting into action, via your trust, what I have already promised for an end, in your favor, that has already been decided. Today, God encourages followers to have faith in their religion. I am the primary source of it. This is a gift from me to you. Every single man, woman, and kid has been provided with this measure of the ability to believe that I have given to them. Having confidence in the graces and gifts that I have bestowed upon you is not an immoral thing to do. Do you think I would give you anything that you cannot rely on? Would I give you a stone if you asked for bread with your request? Is it possible that I would offer you a scorpion if you asked for a fish? One more time, I urge you to have faith in your faith, since it is a gift from me to you. As you start to develop a genuine confidence in the gift of faith that is already present within you, you will start to experience a variety of fascinating new experiences. The blessing will no longer be repelled by you. You will no longer be unable to be successful. It is not acceptable for you to respond with inaction and powerlessness when faced with even the most challenging decisions. You are going to be aware of the fact that you are aware of the fact that I am with you and that I will never abandon you. It is not in yourself that you will climb up into that place of anticipation and confidence. Rather, it is in the redeemed character that I have instilled in you through the blood that was shed on the cross. Forget about feeling helpless. No more impotent prayers, please. When in danger, there will be no more desperation. When compared to the seemingly insurmountable odds, you and I constitute a majority. It will not be possible to overtake or overpower you. You will not be confused, disheartened, or disillusioned because the gift of paradise that is already there within you will provide you with crystal clear clarity even from this very instant that you are experiencing. In the words of the Father, today is your day. At this very moment, your entire universe will be transformed. Your path will not be marked by the retracing steps of failure and pessimism from this moment forward. Rather, it will be marked by the character of the kingdom. I want you to rejoice because the truth and authenticity of who I am on the inside of you is rising up to reshape every facet of your existence right now, right this very moment. Today, God reveals that your intellect has the potential to become a driving force behind your faith. Because you were born with the innocence of a kid, you have the ability to anticipate and believe anything. It was life that taught you to not believe. Disappointment, hopelessness, and distrust can be learned through life. I am going to make it all different. I am able to cause you to unlearn what the mind is capable of learning. Experience for yourself that I am a wonderful person and that I have excellent things in store for you. Refuse to adhere to the conventions of misbelief and unbelief alike. No more falling short of the mark. You will no longer arrive empty. It is no longer a pointless endeavor to wish for better things and brighter days. The reason I came was so that you could have life and have it in greater abundance. This is the boundary between you and the land. Today, I am going to draw a line between blessing and cursing, and I am going to invite you to cross over into the period that you receive blessings. The Father says that will be plenty for the time being. It is enough to be sad. I have had enough of being let down. You are now required to submit an application, despite the fact that you have agreed and accepted. The process includes you as a participant. The fact that you are standing about doing nothing but hoping beyond hope that, this time, you will not be let down is not going to bring about any change. You are going to walk out of despair and defeat on your own 2 feet, so get up and shake yourself. The children of Israel who were wandering in the wilderness walked out of their wilderness on their own 2 feet. Use the phrase, as a man thinks in his heart so is he, to describe your soul. Remove the contaminated thinking of defeat and welcome the download of heaven that reconfigures your day and your life for new blessing, benefit, and fullness on this day.